The following content is intended for a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Boom, boom. We're on British Bears, coming to you from another land. The British Bears Show, another kind of fan. Bears fans all day, Bears fans all night, 365 days, 5,000 miles away. Hey, hey, hey! The British Bears, the Irish Bears, the German Bears, the Polish Bears. Wait, what? We are bears. We are bears. We are bears fans. Hey! The British Bears. The British Bears. Welcome to the British Bears.
Welcome to the British Bears Show. And now your hosts, C-Dub and Jason UK Bears.
Hello. Welcome to the British. You know what, Jason? It doesn't like
British Bears.
yeah. I'm not able to
Coming to you from another land. The British Bears Show. Another kind of fan.
Anyway, sorry about that. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the British Bear Show. My name's Chris Watts, and my partner in crime on that side. I'm not going to critique your dancing today because it was such a good game. Is Jason? How you doing, Jason? How's life treating you, mate?
I'm fantastic, mate. Packers, wildcard weekend, victory fucking Wednesday. Let's go. Just get rid of my cheese.
Will that vegan cheese?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Don't
Does
give away
it
my
taste
secret.
Does it taste like cheese?
Oh, it's just whatever. Move on. I don't want to talk about
Go on, then. I don't know why. I would have found that interesting. Anyway, but yeah, what a game! What a game! Just unbelievably to fight back in the second half. Really, how the defense adjusted, how Caleb sort of took control of the game, and the Bears seemed to get sort of really physical as well, especially on the offensive line, and it was just the turnaround and just how the defense managed to sort of stop their offense, like about 3 or 4 drives all in a row, give our offense time to actually go and start, getting the points in. What were your sort of overall first impressions of the game? Because we'll go through the plays like we usually do. And also, what were you doing when you were watching the game, and how's it affected you over the last 3 days?
How's it affected me? Firstly, I wanted to say hello to everyone in the chat.
Sorry, I always forget chat. Sorry.
No. Hey, Dave Bears UK popped in just to say have a good show, blah, blah, blah. He's obviously working tonight, so he can't make it. But yeah,
sorry,
I forgot to say. A new laptop. Heidi is in the chat. So
Heidi, how are you doing?
Armando is there. Squeegee is there.
Squeegee, mate.
I believe I saw Patty. Patty Lara's in there as well.
Hello.
Alex is my name-o says, we fuck those cow shaggers. Hell yeah.
Oh, we do, mate. We do. Cow shaggers is... Well, I think we should get T-shirts for the cow shagger thing.
I'll have a T-shirt of the jump man. Have you seen those?
I was thinking about doing a British Bears one.
We'll talk about that throw at length in a little while. But yeah, hello to everyone in the chat as always. Thank you all so much for being here to listen to us two idiots talk about the Bears. But man, I am... it took me a while to come down from that one. Whisper Mason, hello again. Good to see you, man. I was with friends and I'd been good, better, besting random people on the street. Brilliant. I find myself, I was at work today. I said to you, didn't I? It was unusual for me at work and then knowing I'm doing a show because normally it's a Tuesday and I don't. Alex says Alex, my name says, I've been erect for 4 days and have no plans of going to the hospital. Robert Phillips, hello. Good to see you again, mate. I think you were the one that mentioned, Robert Phillips is the one that said to me about stats for kickers and punters, didn't he? Confirm that to me, Robert. I'm sure that's you. If it is, I've got something for you later. I've got something for you. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm buzzing. It took me days to come down from that. My wife, bless her, we were out Saturday. I think I said in the last show. We were out Saturday night, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be back in time or whatever. If I was going to be out all night, I was quite tired. Robert says, yes, brilliant, perfect. Stick around. I've got something for you. Sadly. Excellent.
Don't
so we went out.
Down, man. Don't nerd out a bit.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, exactly. Lower your expectations, mate. I was just going to say that. But yeah, so we were out Saturday night. I can't speak. Right, calm down, Jace. We had a really good night. I stayed out quite late, and it was getting to that point. I thought, oh, bloody hell, the time. I need to get back. And then my friend said, oh, I've got the Zone. I've got it on my, my TV. But he didn't have Game Pass. So I was like, oh, we got to go then. Bye. So we dashed back. And then Kim, my wife, bless her, she stayed up and watched the first half with me. She was like, oh, she was excited as well. I know. And of course, she was like, oh, this is really bad. I'm like, and even then, I did not believe we'd already lost that game. At half time, I'm thinking, this is the Bears, man. That's,
when we went into half time, I was sort of thinking, this is a lot to come back, and we've really got to sort of swing the direction of the game. And I think especially when the Packers scored quite early on in the second half, and that felt like maybe that might have been the killer blow.
No, it didn't. It wasn't early, mate. Because
we managed to stop them after that.
21-3 at half time, and then but they were getting the ball to start the second half. So he's thinking, right, come on, defense. And I'm the same. I didn't think it was over, but I knew we had to come out blazing like second half. This was like you can't get them. You can't let them get away from us here because it's this. Obviously, there'll be a point where we won't have time to come back. But I think we talk about defense, but it was like three and outs, like 1-5 and out. They hadn't punted the whole second half, first half, but we forced them to punt about 4 times in a row.
What were your thoughts about some of Ben Johnson's play calling, especially like going for the fourth downs when it were in our half, and he did it once on a fourth down, and we were in our 30, and then we didn't get it, and then they scored from that. They got a touchdown.
That's right.
And I just kept thinking, I understand that. Green Bay was scoring quickly and you want to sort of keep up with that rate. But sometimes you just think, just take the punt, really. You know what I mean? Get decent field position. It was just, I didn't watch it live. And I went to bed and I kept thinking, man, I bet we get beat. I bet we get beat bad. I've just got this feeling. And then I got up quite early to watch it. And, like I said, like after the first half, I was thinking, I don't know how we're going to get back in this, but like the change what they made on defense has started blitzing a lot more, and so they were getting a bit of pressure on their QB, and we were just making plays, man, and it was just, obviously against Packers as well, and obviously it's a playoff game, which is, I would have been so fucking fucked off, mate, if we'd have lost that game on Saturday. I would have been. I know I would have thought, oh, we've still had a really nice season and it's been more than what I ever thought. But I would have been so pissed off, mate, if we'd have lost that game.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose to the Packers. That was, fucking.
I really did.
I still run towards that kind of stuff, mate, because you just think that's what you want to do. You want to beat them. How sweet is it to beat them in the playoffs, to end their season? Done. That's it. Go home, Packers. See you later.
It's sort of really weird because I've never been into like English football, like probably Leeds United is my team, and I never really sort of got that sort of like hatred for the opposition fans really. But after doing like a podcast for quite a while and getting our asses kicked, I really do dislike Green Bay, just like our coach said after the game in the change rooms, which was like, fucking awesome. He's such a fucking geezer, mate. Absolute geezer. But yeah, it was just, and also the atmosphere, we're both as a Beta Soldier Field, and it gets loud, but like that, like rocky, man. I bet the atmosphere just looks electric, and we just keep thinking like this. I was thinking about earlier on, Jason, like so many good things have sort of fallen our way a little bit through the season. Maybe like injuries, like we played the Steelers, we didn't have to play Aaron Rodgers because he were injured, and like little things that were falling our way this year rather than like last year. You imagine? Can you remember what it was like this time last year when we lost 10 games in a row?
Yeah.
And like they sat the coach for the first time ever through the season. Like we got rid of all the coordinators. And like you're thinking how quickly Ben Johnson and the coaches have turned this around. And everything feels different. Do you know what I mean? I ain't felt like this confident about a Bears team probably since like the mid-fucking 80s or something.
Yeah. So Alex is my name and says, I'm convinced Dennis Allen threatened to murder all of the defensive players' families at halftime if they didn't step up. Whisper Mason is after my stats slot on the show here. Look, it says a win isn't just a win. It wasn't just a win. It was the fourth greatest fourth quarter comeback in NFL history and third greatest in playoff history. So every time anyone in the future is going to talk about comebacks or chokes, that game will come up.
I mean, would you say, like, people talk about things being generational? I think that was like once in a generation game. Like every so often you just get this game like the famous Monday night game, and they came back against the Cardinals, I believe, and that I think it's sort of like I think it's definitely like a Caleb becoming like a superstar. It's like, especially like, because it was like a national game, and I think I read somewhere that about 31 million people watching it, and then obviously the rest of us lot.
It was the most streamed game ever, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Really? Is that what I'm saying?
For the streaming service, I think it was on Prime, wasn't it? So
that's right.
Yeah, it was the most streamed sporting game they've ever had on there.
But yeah, we're just...
Robert Phillips, he says, I've got another stat for you. This is my 8th coronary of the year. The local hospital booked me in ready for Sunday night, lol.
Hey, take it steady if you're Robert. We don't want to lose you, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't want to lose
He's talking about the cardiac bears, isn't he? That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Worcester Mason. Ben was yelling in the locker room. I love that, yeah. That's endeared him forever to the Bears fans, isn't it? That in the locker room when he was like, fuck the Packers. Fuck those guys.
And that's as well. Did you see the clip with Caleb as well? That were like really fucking honest, if you know what I mean, from both people, and that showed a lot of, like, the appreciation that kid's got, and he's seen the results, and that were like really satisfying to see, if you know what I mean. But yeah, wow, that's what I kept thinking after the game. Was just wow, you know what I mean? And the funny things like seeing all like the and then seeing like all the Packer fans on social media having breakdowns and stuff. The thing about Packer fans is that they all look like wankers. I'm just on about them as like football fans, you know what I mean? Like, but not as like as they are as a person. And it's just sort of, because they've had like that 30 years of like pretty much success. And it's a bit like Manchester United maybe like 20 years ago with their fans, because they were just winning and winning and winning. Am I right there, Jason? You know my football knowledge isn't the best.
Yeah, probably a bit like that. Yeah, when they were winning loads of stuff, weren't they, for ages under Alex Ferguson. But yeah, Peanut Head's in the chat. Welcome, it's good to see you again, mate. Says, remember the Packers gave up their first round picks this year and the next. $45 million for Micah and $55 million for Love. Turn the knife. Yeah,
awesome.
That's the thing to remember, is they got no first round picks this year or next year.
What for? All right, really, for 2 years.
The Micah trade, yeah, wow. 2 first round picks they gave up. Oops.
Because I always thought, is this position sort of enough to make that investment? Can he really make that difference in the game? And they spend a lot of money and spend a lot of draft capital as well. But
Life's great losses, mate.
Sorry,
five
mate,
straight
go on.
losses, and they've had 5 straight losses now, and 7 of their last 11 they've lost. So, who cares? Anyway, fuck those guys up north. Let's talk about the Bears, shall we?
Cool, man. Right, let's crack on and let's rock and roll as we do. Let's start off with Caleb Williams, the man of the hour. He got 24 out of 48 passes, 361 yards. Is that the most he's ever thrown in the NFL?
Nope.
All right. Well, which do you know which one it was?
I'll tell you later.
All right, mate. Am I stealing the stat? Is that what you stat on? Sorry, I always do. Great minds think alike, mate. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? But then again, you don't want a mind like mine. But yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tell me your thoughts about Caleb Williams' performance on Saturday.
Well, first half was disappointing, wasn't it? From all aspects of the game. Obviously, as we said, it was just, it was just not great. But the first drive was decent. He made some good throws. That one down the middle to the Luther, wasn't it? I think was sweet. Hello to Haru Gobe. I'm glad the Bears got Ben Johnson. We finally got the right coach. Don't know if I've seen you in here before, but welcome.
Yeah, I do. I definitely think.
But yeah, second half, man. Oh, just everything changed, didn't it? It's just clutch. So some incredible throws, and obviously we're going to talk. We've got to talk about that 4th and 8, man. That 4th and 8 throw, the jump man flipping shot. That's just Robert says, "Lol, read the room, Chris." Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
About just giving away some stats.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah. But no, a game of 2 halves again, wasn't it? Totally.
Yeah. But why? This is a question I'm going to ask you, mate. Why do you think the offense has been starting so slow recently? Is it because defenses are really concentrated on the Bears' running game? So that's more or less sort of made it hard to like the play action passes and stuff?
Maybe. I mean, we moved the ball all right. It just petered out, didn't it? They went for it on that 4th down. I think that in the first half, and that was just like, I mean, a strange play call, wasn't it? On the 4th and 1, just try, going for a pass. But I get it. I don't know. I don't lose my mind about that sort of shit, because if it works, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, then everyone goes mad. But the thing is, you're expecting a run, aren't you, or a quarterback sneak or something, on the middle on a 4th and 1. So sometimes you've got to try something different to keep them on their toes. But
is that being a bit too cute rather than just sort of trying to do the simple? Well, I mean, what we could do for Dan is we could ask him to do a T formation.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no. I think people would be, because it's more traditional. I think people would be less annoyed if you try it up the middle. So you try a quarterback sneak, or you try a sort of dive up the middle just for your yard. If it doesn't work, you think, oh well, that's what you should. If you feel like that's what you should try, but I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't get too kind of like. If it works, it's great. If it doesnn't, it's not one of the other. It's either a good play call or it isn't. And it's just
Sorry, mate. I mean, it would just that one where they scored a TD off, and I just thought, is that, I know we got to try and keep, but is that just like being a little bit arrogant, or maybe just, I know like you're a competitor, but I just thought we just needed to punt and just give yourself a bit of space, and it 4th down as well, but the thing is, though, some of them throws as well that Caleb did on 4th down, he connected. He did like a really good one to DJ Moore. And so, I mean, do you know the conversion rate, what we had on them 4th downs, or is that part of your stat bomb?
This week, no, it's not. No, I don't mind disclosing that. We were 2 of 6.
I know you're working your stat bomb for so many hours.
I put hours into those. Yeah, I know, exactly. Because I'm a sad fuck. But yeah, the 2 of 6 on Saturday. They only got 1 of the first 4 in the first half, I think it was. So, yeah. But I mean, I get his logic when they spoke about it. I think he spoke at half time, didn't he? So I just want to mention this comment as well by Robert Phillips. He says, even not making it on the 4th downs actually keeps the D on their toes, because they don't know if your third is going to be passing. Mm. So exactly, if you're going to go for it on 4th, they may be setting up for a pass on 3rd down, thinking that's what's coming, and you have a run. So I don't know.
I just think sometimes, if it's only like 2-3 yards, and just do quarterback sneak or whatever. Just don't go into anything like a shotgun or anything like what Nagy used to do. But
I think what he said was when they asked him about it on the touchline at halftime, I think it was, and it made total sense to me, is because of the way the defense was getting carved up, and he wanted to basically maximize every kind of possession. So he was thinking they may not get a lot of them, so he just didn't want to give up any of them by kicking it away. So I kind of see that approach. You could criticize it one or the other, but that was his reasoning, and I understand that. So you could say it's right or wrong. Ultimately, we won the game. We got 2 out of 6, fourth downs on the day.
Sorry, mate. What would you think is sort of the average number of teams going on fourth down in a game? Is it like maybe 2, 3, maybe?
For what? The average?
How many times do you reckon an average team would do go fourth downs in the game?
I don't know exact numbers, but I'm telling you now, it's the last couple of years, it seems to have gone through the roof. Everyone's going for it, aren't they? It's just how it feels
that's the Dan Campbell effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Detroit effect of the last sort of couple of... So, it's not surprising that the coach did that, because obviously, that's what they preached in Detroit. And but I just think Caleb as well, he's sort of looks so controlled of the offense, running the scheme. Apart from when he had that sort of, when he ran and then he sort of got his foot stuck and he went down and thought, oh no, man, you know what I mean? Oh no, get up, Caleb. Yeah. I mean, you got to say, like, the guy is durable, man. He's not missed a game yet in 2 seasons. How many times can we say about a Bears quarterback? I can't remember.
Yeah. Especially a Bears player that got a quarterback that got sacked 68 times last year. He got fucking backed, didn't he? So,
exactly.
So no, I think I want to go back and watch some early games from this season actually now, because I haven't. But I think the way it feels to me is that he is night and day now in terms of this offense. I think he's in charge of it. He knows it so much better. I think he just feels like he knows what he's doing so much more, if that makes sense. Yeah, Robert, you're not wrong. Jaden Daniels would love to have Caleb's build, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, too right, mate.
I mean, it was a concern, wasn't it, that coming out of it? I mean, he's a hell of a player, Jaden Daniels, but Jesus Christ, he's like a pepperami, isn't he, man? He just made a glass. He's just...
Yeah, I mean...
especially if he's going to run.
Yeah, it's like you said, like, with Caleb, especially, like you said, regarding the amount of hits he took last year.
Yeah. And, Peter says, no worries, mate. We've got Bajan ready to roll.
I love Bajan. I actually saw him play when he played against the Raiders a couple of years ago, and I love the story in that. But I mean, I can remember, like, especially like last season, you had so many people like just writing off Caleb as the QB. Some of it as well weren't for very nice reasons. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of bullshit about him, like painting his nails. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? But it's sort of maturing in front of our eyes as a QB, and it's just, and I liked it as well when you saw him have a bit of a bark as well on the sidelines. Yeah, it's like, because like there were a few times where the wide receivers didn't run the right route. Like, I think one of his interceptions, was from one of them passes.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, and I think I've when I've watched it back, I think I was trying to lip read, and I think on one of those occasions when they zoomed in on him, I think I could see him saying, "You've got to trust me."
Yeah.
He was saying that to his receivers. I think that's what I saw him say. So, Steve Rogers, hello.
How you doing, mate?
Jason Chris, how is the vibe across the pond for our Bears? Still in the playoffs, playing the Rams this week, and the epic once-in-a-lifetime comeback win versus the Green Bay.
It is. Sorry, mate. Go on.
It's buzzing over here as well, mate. Oh, the vibe is just the same as it is over
like
there.
That, mate. It's that good. It's like, it's just, it's just such night and day from the last sort of 3 or 4 years, if you know what I mean. Like, just the crap when you look back how bad it was with Eberflus compared to, how proper coach is supposed to be and detailed and have that attitude about you where, I always felt like a bit like not a holiday camp, but, like a bit like a golf, club where I felt like he let his players sort of get it, what discipline enough or man enough to sort of bring that over. And I feel like Curtis Johnson just leads by example, doesn't he? Really?
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best coach I've seen the Bears in. Go on, sorry.
Just want to say hello to a fellow creator here at Bears Huddle Pod. It says bear down, guys. UK content.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, you have to get in touch. I think the details are at the bottom, and come on the show, mate, because we're planning to do stuff in the off season. So it'd be nice to speak to another UK content maker and us as well. Just you can just tell us how you found doing the YouTube and the podcast and such. So please come on, mate. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, the emails in the show description. So just fire an email to that, and shortly we'll hook you up with. You can come and join us, man. We love chatting Bears with other UK people.
Yes.
Alex is my name. Says, are there any Chicago bars over there? No, it's a small country, but there's a place in London that has most when you go there on a Sunday. There's a place in Camden that has all the games on different screens.
What do you mean? Sorry, man. What do you mean by Chicago bars? What does it mean?
As in the bar, as in a place where you go for a pint.
Yeah, no. I mean, what is a Chicago bar? What's what would you expect? Because me and Shorty went into one downstairs, but it was I don't know, man. The woman who was serving had marvelous breasts, and she knew about.
Robert Phillips says Irish bars fecking everywhere, closest we get.
And that's true. I mean,
there you go. Alex is saying Chicago sports themed. Yeah,
no, not like Chicago Pacific. No, nothing like that. I mean, these like a Chicago Bears UK face group, and I don't know if people manage to get together and watch whatever. So it's just I feel like we've finally got the marriage of a coach and a QB happening, and
exactly what Robert Phillips said. He said, "Holy crap! It's still dawning on me. We really have a head coach franchise QB partnership."
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
So, and it's just, and also as well, he seems to be getting better on the longer throws, where that was a little bit of an issue earlier this season. The ones DJ Moore win the game were a decent yards. You know what I mean? So that's really fucking good to see. And I just liked how he handled himself after the game. I thought that was really good. Yeah. And I think he's made that step into being an NFL superstar, man. He's Irish. I don't even think he's an Irish pizza.
I know he's just asking. That's hilarious. Is Irish pizza good?
When I was in America and I was staying with Mr. Shorty, all right, we'd had a few and whatever, and he goes to me, "Oh, do you have pizzas in the UK?" I'm like, dude, it's not like the Flintstones or something over here, or medieval fucking cosmopolitan, mate. You know what I mean?
That's it. Anyway, back to the offense.
Yeah. So, any more thoughts about Caleb?
Well, just that throw. I just want to keep talking about it. I think I said to you, didn't I? I think it was. I think I saw the Rich Eisen sort of description of it, and I think it was saying to you. He said, I'm sure it's him that said it. He said that if Patrick Mahomes do that, we'd be declaring a national holiday. It was just. I urge everyone to go and watch that throw. You've probably seen it already many times, but to watch that throw from the end zone view, watch it from behind. Look at how he moves his body. Both his feet come off the floor, and he positions his entire body perfectly so that he can rainbow that ball 20-something yards, 25 yards or something, into the bucket in between four Green Bay defenders, man. That's a generational pass. That's why he was labelled what he was when he came out of college, because that is just the sort of thing that I don't know how many quarterbacks in the league can do that. And I think there's probably no more than three. I'm not going to name them, I'm not going to get into that, but Jesus Christ, that was a throw for the ages. If that isn't the pass of the season, I don't know what is.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, and it's also how he managed to keep the taut of his body and arm whilst in the air to still sort of loft it over. And it was such a beautiful pass, and it was in a crucial time of the game as well. But anything more you'd like to chat about, Caleb?
He's the Iceman, man. He's the
He
Iceman.
is, man. And it's like you keep saying. I think like this is like making him a superstar. If you can have a really good thought, if we can get to the Super Bowl, then it's just gonna go fucking mental, man.
You imagine?
Mental. But anyway, we'll go on to the Russian attack. Swift, he went 13 for 54 yards and 1 TD. Guy 8 for 27. Williams himself went 4 for 20 yards. What were your sort of thoughts about the running game, especially against that Packers defense?
Again, they must be. They're pretty good, aren't they? They're not bad. I
can remember when you were a previous game, and I can remember they were definitely sort of, excuse me, top 10 in a lot of categories regarding their defense, weren't they? Yeah,
they were. Yeah, they are. So I think a lot of teams. I know that people have been saying the run game has not been so good the last few weeks, but teams are watching us now. They got tape on us. They're scheming against it. So it'd be nice to see it more. But the thing is, we're not really playing with any leads, are we? So I guess we would see more of it if we were playing with the lead all the time. I think I saw something that said that we haven't had like barely any offensive snaps with the lead against Green Bay all season.
I could believe that. I could completely believe that. Especially the first half of that game, when it was just brutal, where they were just every time they had a drive, they were getting the ball into the end zone. But what were your thoughts about the Russian attack, mate?
I think it's a scheme. I think a lot of it, but also because, like I said, because we are playing behind a bit. I think we're playing behind, but I think we've still got it in the locker. I don't think it's. I think we might see something different now. Of course, obviously the bad news is. There you go. Robert's saying there's zero offensive. Is it really zero offensive snaps in the lead? I think it might well be.
Wow.
Because we took the lead on the weekend. We took the lead with the field goal. And then the last time, we were 21-3 down. And then the last time we had the ball was the go-ahead touchdown to DJ. And then it was all the Packers, wasn't it? Until they couldn't get a ball in the end zone. So, it's crazy.
I thought the running backs both, ran really, really hard. I think, I thought Swift's touchdown run were really good. I loved how he cut back. And Mononga as well. He's just awesome where you see him running up the middle like a battering ram. Yeah. Especially like on first or second down. But I think they are a good run defense, the Packers, and I just think it was something they were really, really sort of concentrating on regarding defending against that offense. Because Coach Johnson always goes on about how important the running game is to him, as a play caller and what it's all about. So, anything more you want to add regarding the Russian attack, mate?
I think it's still effective enough to make a difference. And I think obviously the really bad news about the weekend was obviously losing Ozzy Trapillo. So we may see a bit more, Benedek.
But don't say Benedek's a better run blocker. I know like Ozzy's probably better at the pass blocking, but if we can, because I watched. We'll go into the Rams game anyway, but like I saw a little bit. I watched the game, the 40-minute thing, and I think we can move the ball against their defense. I really do, especially running and especially how physical the offense. I started really sort of focused on the offensive line sort of near the end of the game and just how they were just blasting people off the line, man. Do you know what I mean? And getting out into space and getting onto the second level. But we'll move on to the receiving core, man. Well, a young man called Mr. Loveland had a little bit of a day, didn't he, as we say over here?
Didn't he?
8 receptions for 137 yards. Wow. Like, when he was drafted, I like a little bit sort of, is tight end an important enough position to warrant that high pick? And that was just me being unobservant. And, like, obviously he's got better and better over the last sort of couple of months. And it just seems like uncoverable. If you've got a linebacker on him, they've got no chance of covering him, I don't believe. And he's got great hands, great, he's like, obviously the cliche, he's like a wide receiver in a tight end's body. But I was so impressed with him, man. And, like, I think he's blocking as well when he's, like, in lines. adequate. I think it's good enough, you know what I mean? And I think him and Komet really sort of, you know, they bring different skill sets, you know, to the Titan position. I think it works really good.
Yeah.
But yes, Loveland, he had his career day, man. I mean, there was some sort of records broken by him. Was it like is this in his stat bomb?
Just wait for it, mate. Just wait for it.
Oh, mate, that's why I probably get overly excited and premature as usual.
No, you're right about him. And as I say, I think I put in our group chat, didn't I? Does anyone remember who the fuck Tyler Warren is? Because that's what everyone was talking about early doors, wasn't it? Now, he clearly had that little issue with his shoulder when they drafted him, did Loveland. But they obviously saw enough of him they thought he could make a difference. And Jesus Christ, since he's been back halfway through the season, wow. Just, yeah, like you say, exactly. Wherever you put Loveland, he's a mismatch. He's too big and strong for the cornerbacks. He's too fast and mobile and rangy for your linebackers. So, yeah, I love him, man. He's going to be a cornerstone of this offense, clearly, for the next, however long he's here.
He's got, the thing is, sorry about it.
The other thing is that he sprung Swift to his touchdown with a block.
Yeah, he did.
You watch it. He was the one that cut the outside zone, the outside defender to open that lane for Swift to get through. His blocking's incredible. His hands are brilliant.
That's how I was going to say, mate. His hands, man, are out of this world for a big guy.
Yeah.
And the thing as well is how he runs his pass patterns are just going to improve as well. It's like the rookie season. So you imagine what he's going to be like in another season or two where he's maturing. Because they always say, like, Titan's quite a tricky position to transition from college to NFL. But I was about to say exactly that. It takes a tight end a good 3 or 4 years to become really, really effective. So yeah, the future's really bright, man. Yeah. So we'll move on, man. DJ Moore got 6 of 64 yards and that touchdown. Yeah, I mean, he made some really important catches, especially when we were going for them 4th downs earlier on, and obviously, the win.
Booker in the house.
Hey, Kim Booker, mate. You need to get onto the show, mate. We always keep saying it, and you need to do it. Because it's like earlier on, we are going to do stuff in the off season. So get yourself on, mate. Get yourself on, and I'd love to have a chat with you, man, direct. But what were your thoughts about DJ Moore?
I love DJ, man. He's a fucking baller. He gets beat up, he gets up, he keeps going. I'm not having any of this talk of trading him. He'd restructure his deal in a heartbeat.
Man. That's bullshit.
I just think, man, he's a key part of this team. I mean, he's the one that's caught the 2 winning touchdowns against Green Bay this season. Yeah. He gets banged out.
Outstanding catches as well. Outstanding catches, and even the second one from Saturday's game, it was you still had to really do a good catch. You know what I mean, and run that route right. So it was such a timing sort of. And also as well, I'm impressed by his downfield blocking. I think he got sort of injured a little bit doing it earlier on in the game, but he's really good downfield blocking, which is great for getting to the second level. But yeah, man, he's scoring the touchdowns. And do you know sort of what his season yardage was for receiving?
I think it's 600 and something. I think it's 600.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Loveland led the way with 713 yards.
But, right, how many touchdowns did DJ Bell get? Do you know?
I can't remember, mate, off the top of my head.
That's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. Do it for next week.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe we'll go through some season stats here at the end. But, after the Super Bowl.
Mate. And I'll tell you what we should do as well. We should do like an award show. So, we can have, best rookie, best offensive player, best defense, best moment. Do you know what I mean? So that'd be something quite good to do. But we'll move on to Robert Dunze. He got 244. That catch what he got from it was him who caught that awesome pass, wasn't it?
Which one? Sorry.
The really awesome Caleb pass. That was Rome Dunze.
That was Rome, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fucking cat. And he took a really big hit as well.
He took a smack at the end, didn't he?
Yeah. Really. What were your thoughts about Robert Dunze? Because that wasn't that like his first game back, wasn't it?
First game back. I think he's missed 5 with his stress fracture in his foot. So yeah, solid. I mean, it's we got weapons, haven't we? So I think you don't have to rely on someone to be carrying the team. I think they've got so many places they can send the ball. I think he just doesn't stand out because no one stands out really. Apart, say Loveland did, of course. And the thing is, they've mixed it up during the season, haven't they? I mean, Dunze was lighting it up early doors. Then he got this stress fracture in his foot, and it slowed him down. But then,
that's what I like, Jason, though, he's spreading the ball about. Because we were sort of all a little bit slightly worried that we were going to just sort of focus on Robert Dunze, like you just mentioned regarding the start of the season, and getting picked off. And he just seems to, spread the ball about. And obviously as well, they're designed by the players. So, the coach saying, we want that first read to be that pattern. But, Bird in the third, he got 342. Man, he's going to be another good player as well.
yeah, man. He's a dog, isn't he? I love him.
He really is a good player.
Luther Burden, man. He just blocks. He blocks like a beast. He's electric with the ball in his hands. Once he gets that mental game right, because it was him that got the wrong route, didn't he, for the interception?
That's right, yeah.
He was meant to be running a post, but got himself open, so he was too early. He made a decision himself to go, I'm open, and run down the sideline when he should have, and Caleb threw it to where he should have been. So once he gets that nailed down, man, he's going to be electric. I cannot wait.
And the thing as well is he's such a good player once he's caught the ball. He's got he's really strong through the tackle, and he's got some decent moves about him. And he's really fast.
Yeah,
it's like when he caught the flea flicker pass, which is probably one of my top moments of the season. The pace he showed to get that pass was just absolutely awesome. Also, Swift, he got 238. So I was thinking I might try and use him a little bit more in the passing game. Just coming out of the backfield, and he got 38 yards. But what were your sort of overall thoughts about the receivers and just sort of name me like some of the moments that really stood out to me? Obviously we could talk about that pass again, but were there any sort of moments sort of really sort of made you think, wow, that were a bit special?
Well, I'm not particularly. I think a couple of the sideline throws to Colston Loveland were really, out there. That one zip down the middle to Luther Burden, I think, on the first drive, that was also really smart. I don't know, just nothing like I can't. It's all a blur, really, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, I watched it again today, and because I kept thinking, I was so sort of pumped up throughout the game that it was like I had memory loss of the game what I just watched like 2 days ago. So I thought I need to check out the game again because I just couldn't remember shit at all. It was just like this buzz of euphoria of the Bears' victory. But yeah, let's move on to anything more about the offense, mate.
No.
Offensive line played an absolute belter. I would like to say, watching it back today, some of the pockets what Caleb had, and he literally had like up to 3 or 4 seconds, were just outstanding. I thought the run blocking got really good near the end of the game. They were getting a lot more aggressive, and they just keep Caleb clean. And that's, and I think really that's probably been the most important investment regarding players of the season. That's made the difference. That offense for me is that offensive line, especially the interior. And well, no, not just the interior, all of them. I know Benedette's got his like limitations regarding pass blocking, but compared to what they had to do, what he had to play behind last year, to that, I think that's probably one of the best moves that Poles has ever made. You know what I mean? And it was so overdue. And also as well, he's like an offensive lineman himself. You're thinking, it's so fucking obvious. Or you just trying to be like the cleverest guy in the fucking room, mate. Do you know what I mean? And but yeah, I thought they played a blinder, mate. Apart from the centre he had like that weird high snap.
They had the false start, didn't he? I think. Oh yeah, was that the one? Was a penalty that was called back? We got away with that. Was that the previous game? I can't even remember. But yeah, he did the false start, didn't he? One of only 2 penalties on the day for the Bears, which is excellent.
Yeah, and you think about how many penalties they were giving away at the start of the season.
Yeah,
I mean, we're getting ridiculous, and you just think, they're getting the system on offense, they're getting it, and that, they know the English is, what the details of the offense is, and it's just so fucking. Or we've waited for this for so long regarding offensive play for the Chicago Bears. Do you know what I mean? We're just sort of.
Yeah.
It's just not happened, you know what I mean? For so many different reasons, and just to see, this QB and this coach come and, it just seems to be working out so well, and you can just see, you can see his improvement from Caleb Williams. He'll get them passes what he should be getting, the ones where he sort of misses them more straightforward passes. That will happen, man. It's got to do. Do you know what I mean? Just repetition of doing it, and he will get that sorted out. I truly believe, man. And I just thought the offensive line played a blinder, man. I'm just so glad they did that, and I think that, like I said, I think that's probably one of the best moves the Bears have made in years, and it was so over fucking due, man. Especially compared to last year.
We're talking about it for years. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Let's move on to defense, man.
Well, let's quickly a couple of comments in here. King Booker's come over there. One that I've seen some of this shit. Like their safety, Javon Bullard, said the Bears didn't do shit special, and even the Packers players are all salty, aren't they? He's just like, oh yeah, whatever, mate. Just enjoy your flipping holiday next week. Just
King Booker, cow shaggers. It's obvious, mate. What do you expect? You shouldn't expect anything else from cow shaggers.
Peanut Head saying the loss of Trapillo was big. Now for the next draft, absolutely. I don't know any details yet. I mean, people saying, they don't know exactly what the injury is from what I've seen. People speculating, aren't they?
Sorry, mate. Greg Gabriel said on our show Monday that he reckons it could be about 8 months.
I've seen that. Yeah, I saw it. But again, if they haven't disclosed what the nature of the injury is, it depends how bad it is.
I've seen a picture of him on social media, like after the operation. He's got like this massive, big, juicy scar on the outside of his, I think it's his left leg. And it was just how he went down as well. It was so, imagine all that weight and the force as well, how it buckled. It was just sad to see, man. But I think has he had the surgery?
Has he had the surgery?
He's had the surgery, mate. Yeah, I've seen a picture of him after the surgery. And Greg sounded quite confident about it, and he knows more than me knew.
Well, yeah, I saw that. I saw it today. I watched that show. Yeah, it depends. Again, on the sort of, a lot of things, a lot of variables now. I've got to see how it is. But, I mean, I don't know if it was ruptured or just a tear or whatever. But, don't know.
He's had the op, mate, anyway.
Yeah. Again, but you don't know what the injury was. It's exactly what it was. So, we know it's a patella tendon, but was it actually torn off? Was it just a tear? We don't know what it is.
I'm sure I actually heard what it was. And it was something tearing or snapping, but it will work. Apparently, it's worse.
Well, tearing and snapping are two different things. So that's what I mean. It's we don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of variables. But what it does mean is, like I say, like Peanut's comment is that this could be serious in terms of if it affects where they may need to go in the draft, because it's a real shame, man. It's a real dark sort of shadow from the weekend, is that we thought we had a left tackle spot sorted now for the next decade, and we don't know where he's going to be, which is a big blow, really, to be fair.
We've got Braxton Jones still.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Benedict will improve with his passing blocking, and forward and onwards for the Canadian Eagle, mate. I think he's more of an adequate run blocking.
Next man,
and I don't think he'll get better. And if they use like a tight end or a running back to chip as well, then, and he's next to Tooney as well, who's an all pro, and I was just impressive offensive line, man. I think it's just been awesome to see the improvement. Anything more on the chat, mate?
I'm laughing at this one. I've seen this before from someone saying Robert Phillips has said they need to change the clock or something so that it shows us being behind and it's the fourth quarter. So when they kick off, just took the stadium clocks to the fourth quarter and show us 10 points behind, and then we'll get.
Why do you? I mean, I'm thinking before the show that it's awesome all these late comeback games, but why do you think it takes the offense so long to get going?
If I knew that, I'd be a coach, mate. I'd be.
Mate, yeah. Would you still do the podcast?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, depends how much it paid me.
Fuck off.
Steve Rogers was asking if there's anyone scored more than 25 or more points in the playoffs in the fourth quarter. I think they might have done, but I don't know about comebacks. I don't know about fourth quarter exactly, but we might cover that later.
Is that one of the biggest Bears comeback just in any game?
It's fourth biggest.
Oh, really? Right.
Third. No, anyway, I can't remember. I got it down here somewhere for later.
Cool.
But yeah.
We'll move on to the defense, man. Edmonds, 5 tackles, 1 assist. Brisker, 5 tackles, 4 assists. Booker, 3 tackles, 3 assists, and he got 1 sack. Gordon got 3 tackles. Stevenson, 2 tackles. We didn't get any turnovers, did we?
No.
I don't know why I was saying that on CBS, saying like there were some forced fumbles, and I thought, I can't remember it.
We forced 4 fumbles. Didn't get any of them back. Didn't recover any.
That's probably why I didn't remember it then. Well, Stephen got 1 forced fumble, and so did Jarrett. He got 2 tackles and 3 assists with 1 forced fumble. Let's talk about the D, man. I mean, it was like, the first half, they just couldn't stop them at all. We weren't getting any sort of pass rush. We just weren't getting enough pressure on him, really. And I think we played a lot of man coverage. And when it got to half time, how they sort of changed it so I always have like 7 guys up in the box, and I started blitzing a lot more as well and playing a bit more zone. It was incredible, mate. Wasn't it? It was like. Do you think our defensive coach outcoached the Packers head coach?
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Robert Phillips. Javon jumping on that ball like a bar of soap, man. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right.
It's the second time because he did it like a couple of games ago when he missed it and he started slamming onto the turf.
Yeah, Peanut. I was answering a question from earlier. Someone was asking about someone else we drafted. I can't remember who it was. It was Robert Phillips who asked that about, and that was Kirana Magaji. So again, I think he went on injured reserve, and as we haven't seen him, kind of redshirted again, didn't he? So
I know. Obviously, we drafted Loveland in and he had an injury, but I suppose it's every player is going to be its own individual case, isn't it? Really, but it's always sort of like, well, how bad's the injury? And is it going to affect the recovery and especially that offensive lineman as well? But yeah, I would just your thoughts about the D, mate.
First half. Couldn't stop anything. Second half made adjustments, and I think I'm you've got to give credit to the coaches in that respect. I mean, I think there is a case to say that DeMarco Jackson replacing TJ Edwards made a bit of a difference because he's a different kind of player, isn't he? I love TJ to bits, man. I love TJ. He's an awesome linebacker, but I think DeMarco Jackson's a little faster, isn't he? And the way he kind of smashed through some of the lanes.
He's got a lot more physical prowess. But regarding TJ Edwards, man. I broke my fib in exactly the same place as he did about 5 years ago. And it'd be something where I think it took me about 4 months to get over it properly. So I can imagine, like, if he's going to play for the Bears still, which I hope he does, then he should be all right for training camp, would have thought. So you're talking 5 months.
If it's not too bad a break, with any complications, it should be okay. But it's horrible.
So what were your thoughts about the play of the defensive line, especially Sweat?
Yeah, I think Grady Jarrett has really kind of playing well the last few.
Yeah,
weeks.
I do. I think he's
got a lot of shit,
getting better, mate.
Got a lot of shit, but I think he was probably struggling with that knee, wasn't he? So,
I think it's improved massively.
Yeah,
his knee, and I think that's why he's playing a lot better.
But yeah, I think they only had the 1 sack, didn't they? They only had 1, but they created a bit of pressure. I didn't see any stats about. I can never find sort of pressure stats and that kind of shit where I'm looking, but they just seem to be making things difficult for him second half. I know that the Packers only had 1 run over 1 yard in the second half. They got 1 for 6 yards, and then everything else was a yard or less. So they absolutely shut down the Packers' running game in the second half.
Yeah. I think Booker as well. He was getting real big pressure as well on Love in that second half, man, and especially like near the end where he managed to get hold of him from the back and tip the ball, get him so he couldn't throw the ball properly. He's really sort of coming along, isn't he now, Booker?
Yeah.
And since he's had a bit of a run of games and from his injury, he seems to really sort of making an impact. And I think Sweat as well, especially at the end of the second half. man, he played out of his skin, I thought. He was absolutely everywhere, playing to like what we all expected. And I think that was definitely one of his best games this year.
Yeah, I think I see it a lot. I think he doesn't get a lot of credit, but so many times it doesn't show up in the stats. But I do. So many times I see Sweat he's got his arms straight and he's driving that tackle into the quarterback, and they move around. They'll get some extra help or whatever, but he's so close to being so many times. I think I feel for him a little bit because he gets a lot of shit for his numbers, but I think he makes a difference. And also just Grady Jarrett. I love that. A lot of the time, you'll see there'll be like an outside run, and then the person making a tackle or helping with the tackle is Grady Jarrett. The guy chases down the ball, man.
Oh, man, he's got an
the
engine
interior
on
D line. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I think Steve Rogers has got a good point. The second half, the starters mostly played, so not many subs other than D-Jack coming in for Edmonds, and he thinks that D-Jack is better suited in DA's scheme, which I think is probably quite a good point. He played for him in New Orleans, didn't he? So he probably knows.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
I mean, like it's definitely like physically above TJ. I just think TJ Edwards just has more natural instinct play. You know, more. You know, he can seize the game quicker. But who cares? We've got a great backup or starting linebacker. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we should be happy about regarding the name. But
I think the other thing as well. The other thing as well is that obviously the McLeod. Gordon was back from IR, wasn't he? So he was on a bit of a pitch count. And I guess they thought second half, there's no point leaving him on the bench and losing this game. So they put him out more. And I think, although they were trying to target him a little while because he's a little bit rusty, but having Kyler Gordon out there, certainly on the run game, helps. And he can do a few more, different things because he's so athletic.
I think you could definitely tell he was rusty because the war appeared in the second half where it was noticeable they were picking on him, but he still made a couple of really important plays. And, hopefully that he might knock the rust off during that game, and hopefully he's not re-injured or anything because he's a force when he's in the box. You know what I mean? Like stopping the run and blitzing. And I was like, for me, I just think the difference between the first and second half is just the amount of pressure we got on Love, the amount of, saving 7 then dropping them, but I just think we just got a lot more pressure on him, and I think that swung it, and his receivers weren't getting wide open, and they were dropping a few balls and stuff like that. But what were your thoughts about the defensive backs?
Again, first half, they were just getting flipping destroyed, weren't they, a little bit? I mean, it's just a poor show all round, really, the first half. But again, we gave up 7 passes of 20 yards or more at the weekend, so that's not ideal. I mean, we know Love's a gunslinger, man. He throws it down the field, but and ultimately we stopped him in the end. But that's something that we think we're still getting players back to sort of full speed. I still think Jalen Johnson isn't quite back to where he was.
I'd put it as probably like 3/4 of the way back because he can just see it in his body that he had that quick twitch, and he seems to have lost a little bit of pace. You know what I mean? What about Brisker? What were your thoughts about Brisker and how he played?
Okay, I mean he gets lost a bit in coverage occasionally, doesn't he? But I think he's been.
He really does. You know what? I really noticed that this last game. He really does, especially after crossing patterns. He seems to get lost, but I mean he's still all right at tackling. But
he's strong safety. Strong safety, get him in the box, run support stuff. I think over the middle, he is pretty good. And also the other thing, because this is his last year, isn't it? None of our safeties are in contract next year.
Would you want to keep him on?
And everyone was saying about whether or not we should sign him, and they're saying, "Oh, he's got to make it through the year." He's played every single game; he hasn't missed a game this year.
Yeah, because he had all the concussion issues the previous year, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I hope we keep Bayard, to be honest with you, for another year.
I think we've got to sign Bayard, man. He's still got it. He's old, but he's got
it.
He's a leader on the back in that backfield. Definitely got to keep him, I reckon. But,
I've watched. He's got a podcast, and it's worth a watch. Can't remember for the life.
Intercepted. It's on fucking Cap's channel, isn't it? So it's David Kaplan. It's on David Kaplan's channel.
Why don't you like him?
He's a prick.
I don't mind him. Why? What's the beef?
Oh, he's just an arrogant fuck, isn't he? Just like.
Do you think so? I don't think he's that bad, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's like Robert Phillips is saying, Sweat said this is his most fun he's had playing football this season. He said the atmosphere and the crowd was the best he's experienced. You've got to love that.
Oh, it's just been like that all year, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the change room's just been an awesome place. So,
let me do some chat. They've been kicking off here. I just want to. Steve Rogers is saying was I the only one on the last drive yelling, "Get the QB!" In the last play, Love had way too much time, but they only rushed 3, didn't they? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Time was up. It had to be a touchdown, or the game was over. So they only rushed the 3 because if the minute he steps across the goal line, line of scrimmage, then that's it, you know. But yeah, so I get it, but that was why they only rushed the 3. W9MXR popped in here, so seen him in there. So just say thank you for joining us. Welcome. Robert Phillips says Gordon was a bit slow after injury, but he's human. Jalen's but getting better every time. I think they're right. Those two could be hopefully are coming into some sort of fitness at the right time, but yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a bit of an ask to get for Kyler to be back to his sort of pre-injury in one game, but I think him being out there is better than having Nick McLeod, to be honest, in the slot.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite surprised how much he actually played. I know you see him play a lot more in the second half, but McLeod, he got burnt on one of the touchdowns, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
So I mean, obviously he's not level, but yeah, I was quite surprised at how many snaps he got. Just because he's like, how many games has he played this year? About 3 or 4.
Kyler Gordon. Yeah, that's his 4th game, I think.
4th game, really? Wow.
Yeah. So hello to Sean Fitzgerald, who's joined us as well. If Booker and Sweat can get pressure, it's going to make Stafford's life hell. This is very true, but it's something that we will talk about in a minute when we talk about the Rams game. But that's something they've been very good at. The Rams offensive line is keeping Stafford upright. Yeah, we talked about that, Steve, didn't we? The Air Caleb picture on the 4th and 8 man. That was just insane.
I'm definitely going to make some British Bears t-shirts with that as a part of the logo, mate. That'd be awesome. Having like the logo and the British Bears sort of thing shown. I'm going to sort it out, but I'll do it as a surprise.
Well, it's not surprising. He just told us.
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to look like.
That's true.
All I need to know is the size, and then I'll get it done.
Booker says if the Bears make the Super Bowl, they should run out to the tunnel to the Bulls theme.
I don't know what that is. What is the Bulls theme?
Obviously, it's Chicago. The guys know, don't they? Because Steve Rogers says that would be goosebumps, man.
Yeah, but what is it? What is the Bulls theme? All right.
It's the tune they run out to, isn't it? I know it's the same. But hey man, looks Robert Phillips is banging in the chat tonight. He's like Zay Frazier. What about Zay Frazier? No, he's just out for the year. We might hopefully see him good to go in the preseason. Peanut says I can't blame him, but Brisker's not the player he used to be. I can see why you'd say that. Yeah.
I don't know really. I don't know. It just seems it just worries me about pass protection, really. Like you mentioned, you just seem to get lost in zones when it's certain coverage. But let's wrap up this game, mate. What did you do then? Did you watch the whole game through the night from start to finish?
I did.
So how did you? And what when the game finished? What did you do? What were your emotions?
I just started going through all the. I went on Reddit. I started going on YouTube, watching everyone's post-match stuff. Just looking for more clips, man. Just watching a bit of highlights, seeing everyone's reaction. Because it's prime time. Obviously, had the post game, didn't they? So I watched that. So, Peanut. Sorry, just to go back to that. So Zay Frazier was medically cleared last week to sort of rejoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
So do we know what
they still haven't disclosed what it was? They're saying it's not football related. Something that was there before he was drafted, but it wasn't apparent until after.
Is it a mental health issue? Maybe.
Don't know.
Possibly.
Don't know. I don't think so because they're saying medically cleared. So I think it was. Robert's the same. I had to watch all the social media after up till like 5:30. I'm the same, man. I was so hyped.
I would have sort of like watching it and just how it ended, and I would have sort of thinking, this is real. Like the title of the show is, do you believe or title believe? And it's like I said, it's like the first time since the mid-80s where I feel so confident in the Bears, and I just love how we win, even though You know, it's risky. It's so entertaining, man. You can't say that the Bears are a boring team to watch anymore.
Are you not entertained? I see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just. I felt like I watched a part of Bears history on Saturday. You know,
we absolutely did, and I'll tell you more about it in a bit.
Neon time.
Hey,
Someone to talk about Neon time, I think. But anyway, let's move on to one of my favourite parts of the show, because I don't have to do anything. Jason, this is your stat bomb, mate. Fire away.
man, there's so much to flip and talk about with this one. I'll tell you. Colston Loveland. Where am I? Let me find it. I'm going to go first to Larry Mayer, senior writer at the ChicagoBears.com. He come up with a load of the really great ones because there's so many that are just brilliant, man. So we know it was an 18-point deficit, right? That's the most that the Bears have overcome in franchise history in the postseason, and the most in an NFL playoff game since 2022. The only larger one comebacks in NFL playoff history. For the Bears rather. The 20 points against the Bucs in 87, the famous Cardinals game in 2006, 19 points against the 49ers in 2001. The 25 points they scored in the fourth quarter is the second most they've produced in the final period of game in team history, only trailing the 28 they got in against the Jaguars in October 2012. And they're the third team in NFL history to score 25 or more points in the fourth quarter of a postseason game, joining the 1934 Giants and the 1992 Eagles. That's four teams that have rallied to win a playoff game after trading by at least 15 points in the fourth quarter. So only four teams have done it. And the Bears are the first one to do it since, of course, the famous Patriots rally from 28-9 down in Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson actually mentioned that when he was that they actually showed the game, and obviously they had Jarrett and then Toon who were on opposition sides, and they spoke about the experience, which must help. But sorry, mate, continue.
Thank you. Ben Johnson is the first head coach in the history of the Chicago Bears to win a playoff game in their first year in charge. No other Bears head coach has done that ever.
Not even Ditka?
Not Ditka, not flipping Nagy, not George Halas himself. No Bears head coach has won a playoff game in their first season in charge until now. Ben Johnson is the first one to do it.
God, does this mean we've been like really, really bad for years?
So 361 yards passing by Caleb Williams is the most by any Bears quarterback in postseason history, topping Mitchell Trubisky's 303 yards in 2019 against the Eagles. It's the most yards that Williams has thrown this season and the second most ever in his career, after the 363 yards he got in September last year against Indianapolis.
Right.
Colston Loveland is now the only rookie tight end to have caught at least 8 passes and at least 100 yards in a playoff game in NFL history. He had receptions of 29, 22, 22, 21, 19 yards. His 137 yards were the second most by any Bears player in postseason history, behind only Allen Robinson in 2019, who got 143 against Philly. I'm going to save this one's a kicking cast stat. I'm going to save that for you, Robert, for later, right? And
was it like a secret bomb?
He just wanted he wanted some kickers. Last week he said about week before.
Sorry, he wanted some
stats on kickers and punters. So I'm going to let you know that. I'm going to tell you that, right? So this was the first game this season that the Bears won without generating a turnover, generating a takeaway on defense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
only the third time this season they didn't force a turnover, and the previous two they'd lost them both. So Detroit and Baltimore. And also, that's another one. There's a punt one again. There's another punt game. We're going to come back to that. Right. Some people have mentioned, like you say, Caleb's completion percentage. Everyone's sort of shitting him on that, or shitting on him for that. So this is from Derek Klassen on Blue Sky. He says, there were 93 games this season which a quarterback threw at least 40 passes, including the playoffs. On the 48 passes against the Packers this weekend, only 4.2% of Caleb Williams' throws were at or behind the line of scrimmage, which is the lowest such mark in any game this season. And then on further investigation, that's the lowest mark in 5 years in the NFL.
So what does that mean, Jason?
It means
what does that mean?
it's the most number of times in a game that a quarterback has thrown the ball down the field.
Really? All right. Sort
The
of
lowest number of passes at or behind the line of scrimmage. So he's thrown it down the field more times than anyone else in 5 years.
Sorry, I just had a Northern Monkey moment.
That's right, mate. No worries. Again, this is from Jacob Gibbs on X. He says, Colston Loveland has had more receiving yards in his first playoff game than Travis Kelce ever had in any playoff game.
Any playoff game?
Yep.
Throughout his career?
Yep.
Because he's retired on it.
Colston Loveland, in his first playoff game, has more receiving yards than Travis Kelce ever had in any playoff game.
That is crazy.
There's now only 2 tight ends in NFL history with 10 or more targets and 130 or more yards in a playoff game at the age of 22 or younger. That's Rob Gronkowski and Colston Loveland, the only 2. This is
sorry, Jason, how old is Loveland? Is he like 21?
He's 21, yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
It's insane, isn't it? It's insane.
My God, he's got another at least 10 years if he wanted to do it for that long.
If he stays healthy and well, yeah. So this is Caleb Williams' 7th fourth quarter comeback this season, which including the playoffs, which is the most by any NFL quarterback ever under the age of 25.
Yes.
I know. I told you, mate, it was history. The weekend was history. And also some other history. I've got some great stuff here. You're going to like these, right?
Go on.
So this loss at the weekend for the Packers, since 2000, when they've been leading by 18 or more points in a game, their record has been 115-1 before the weekend. So they're only once since 2000, when they've been leading by 18 or more points, have they ever lost the game. This was the second time that happened at the weekend.
Wow.
So choking Packers.
I mean, do you think as well regarding? Sorry to butt in on your stat, Bob, mate. What do you think about their coach, their head coach? How do you think he performed in the second half? Because we keep saying all these stats you've just gone through shows it's like historical, loss, and also suffering a comeback with such magnitude. What do you think happened to it? What I mean, we do you just think he got complacent, or it's just bizarre?
We just turned up second half, didn't we?
That's right, mate. That's right.
That is the largest blown lead by the Packers in any playoff game in their history as well. Good. Just great.
That's awesome.
Jordan Love became only the second quarterback to have 4 touchdowns and no interceptions and lose a playoff game.
Good.
Oh, I love these. And Brendan McManus was the first Packers player to miss 3 kicks in a playoff game in the Super Bowl era. So a very well done.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a different game if he'd have got them kicks, wouldn't it? It would have been a lot harder game. Yeah. But he didn't, so fuck it.
And if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. It's
fucking hell, man! I hadn't heard that in a long time.
So Dave, where is he? Robert's going to love these. These are the one with the kickers and the punter stats now. So that was the first one for you for the kickers. So on the weekend we did not punt. The Bears did not punt in the game. That is the first time in 12 years that the Bears did not punt in a game of football. It's the first time. The last time it happened was actually September 2014, which also happened to be against the Packers at Soldier Field.
Wow.
So it's also the first time the Bears didn't punt in a postseason game in franchise history. And then there's an absolute...
Franchise history?
In franchise history, the first time we haven't punted in a playoff game. Right? And
wow, man, that's historical, mate.
This is an absolute humdinger. Again, Steve's going to love this, I hope. I hope he is. This is right. This is my final one. I'll wrap this up with this. Is that he talks about kickers, right? So in 1941, the Detroit Lions were an abysmal 1 successful field goal out of 9 attempts on the whole season. The season longest kick they got, the field goal, was 8 yards against the Rams. And that is
whoa. You're about the distance the kick to were 8 yards?
Yes.
Go on, sorry.
Don't jump in. I'm going to fucking cover that. Right? So, yes, so they went 1 of 9 in field goals on the season, the Detroit Lions, in 1941. Chuck Hanneman hit their season-long 8-yard field goal against the Rams. And that is the shortest season-long kick in NFL history, which will, of course, never be beaten because at that time, the goalposts were on the goal line.
Yeah.
And they were moved back 10 yards. So there you go.
You know what? That were a deep dive into the last Bears game, man. Really good stats, mate. Really good stats, and it's been that sort of season, really, hasn't it? It's just there's a lot of new things, historical records being broken. All right, Caleb didn't quite get his 4,000, but he broke Eric Kramer's record. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let's move on to the Rams game. I mean, they played the Carolina Panthers and they won 34-31. Stafford had a bit of a game. He was 24 out of 42, 304 yards, 3 TDs and 1 interception. Have you seen any of the game at all, Jason?
The Rams last game? No, I haven't. No.
Right. I did watch the 40-minute version, and Stafford had a good game. I mean, he's got Deontay Adams, I know we all know from the Packers, and he's got the rookie as well. What's the rookie's name? I can't remember. The one who's Naku.
So again, sorry, what? I'm trying to catch up with the chat that I missed while doing my stat bomb. Sorry,
mate.
Go ahead, mate.
What's the name of the LA Rams rookie wide receiver who's just killing it?
Puka Nacua.
That's it, Nacua. Yeah,
he was a rookie last year, wasn't he? Isn't he in his second year?
It could be, mate. I thought he was a rookie.
Yeah, he was a rookie last year, I believe.
All right, cool. But him and Devontae Adams, man, that's a scary offense, and they are number 1 ranked in the league, aren't they? Overall, their offense, Jess.
Yep.
And he's Stafford, and is he what, like top of the league in what yards and like a few categories?
Pretty much, I think he is. Yeah, 4,707 passing yards on the season.
Wow.
I know, and that's just regular season.
Right. Then again, he does play predominantly in a sunny dome environment compared to say what Caleb's got to do with at Chicago. It's got to make it makes a difference, surely, especially the passing game. I mean, I couldn't try to throw in American football against the fucking wind when I was a kid. It was such a nightmare trying to get it to cut through the wind.
Sorry, mate. So let me interrupt you. I just missed one stat out, which was related to this because Peanut was saying those of you who wanted a bigger leg at place kicker and Mighty Silent again. Yeah, I mean all this Cairo Santos shit has gone away, isn't it? The guy knows.
It's got to do, hasn't it? Because he's so accurate.
Yeah,
and
what I'm saying is that 51-yarder he hit at the weekend. That's the longest field goal in the playoffs by the Bears ever, beating Robbie Gould's 49.
Fucking another historical moment, mate. Historical stat again from that game. Mind blowing, man. And also as well, he Stafford up for the MVP this year.
Oh yeah, he's the front runner apparently. As he was saying,
right. So, what's your sort of main worries about their offense, Jason?
It's just a machine, isn't it, man? Let's say 4,707 yards for Stafford on the season. Their running back Kyron Williams, their lead back, has got 1,252 yards on the ground. Puka Nacua has got 1,715 yards of receiving in the regular season, and then they've got Devontae Adams, Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson, and then Blake Corum as their second running back. So their offense is an absolute.
I mean that Nacua is. I mean, we sort of touched it, but he is a special player.
It's like Luca says, they're great route runners, but neither of them, him or obviously the aging Devontae Adams, are burners. They're not going to take the top off, but they just get open, man. They are great technical.
Now we can sort of reach the peak, the height to get the ball, and he's got really good hands, and he can sort of use them in a slot as well. How old is Devontae Adams?
I don't know. Old. Yeah, he's in the twilight of his career, shall we say?
What is he in his 30s then? Obviously, he's in his 30s.
I think, he's been around a little while, isn't he? Obviously, at the
early 30s.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're Russian, their rushing attack war. I mean, they only got, I think Williams, he got 13 for 57 yards.
Yeah.
You know, they won't get much yardage, but the Panthers' defense played really well on run on their part of their defense is sort of shut them down a bit. But I suppose when you're stuck with Stafford, you got him throwing over 300 yards of 3 TDs, it's going to help in it. So yes. What about their defense, mate? How do you think our offense matches up with their defense?
Well, I've got the rankings just for the regular season ranks as usual.
Yeah, fire away, mate.
Get through those. So that's actually, I mean, that's what they're doing. Is essentially they're basically outscoring everyone all the time. So their offense ranks first in total yardage, first in passing yardage, 7th in the run with 126 yards per game, and number 1 in points per game with 30.5.
Right.
So, but there is some hope. I'm going to come on to that later in a little bit. But we're looking back at their sort of stats over the season. Their defense is actually sort of ranked in terms of total yardage 17th, passing yards 19th. The run defense is 12th, and then they're giving up 20.4 points per game, which is 10th in the NFL.
Haven't they got quite a decent pass rusher who's got 12 sacks, but I can't remember his name for the life of me.
They've got quite a good front on the defense. Yeah, they've got Derek First, obviously, Braden Fisk, and then the other third one they've got all had a sack. They all had a sack at the weekend.
So, I mean, basically, they're quite a middle-of-the-road stat-wise defense, aren't they, really?
Defensively, yeah. I mean, they're plus 11 on turnover differential. They've taken the ball away 26 times total, but 15 giveaways, tied for 4th. So, yeah, their defense is pretty good, to be fair. It's pretty sort of middle of the pack, but it's their offense that's the danger. So that's what they're doing. They are scoring points for fun.
I mean, how do you think the Bears' offense is going to attack their defense? What do you think it's going to be? Are they going to try and establish a run game? But what are your thoughts about
I think we'll stick to the game plan. That's what Ben Johnson does, isn't it? We'll try and establish a run playoff game, but then now we're getting more confident with Caleb's passing. I think you may try and stretch them out a little bit, but they're certainly not. I think they are absolutely dominant team, and like someone said in the comments just now, you don't play any weak teams at this stage of the playoffs. Now, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what we're up against. So,
I suppose as well, what a little bit of a side story is, the talk of which one's the better call player. Is it because McVay, he still calls the plays, doesn't he, for the offense?
Yeah.
For the LA Rams. So that'd be quite an interesting to see, who does outdo, who in the play call, and him or Ben Johnson. That would be really cool to see.
Foster's in the house. Hello, Foster.
Hey, Foster, mate. How you doing, mate?
This is another point I was going to make. Absolutely, that Foster's raised there. The Bears can score against the Rams. The Panthers averaged 18 points a game this season. And they put up 31. They put up 31 against the Panthers, against the Rams. Sorry, and they also beat them once in the regular season and nearly did it again last weekend. So, and here's something I saw actually. This is what I'm going to go into it now. Right? I'll give you some hope. All right, I'll give you some hope against the Rams at the weekend. We know they're going to score points, and it may be another sort of San Francisco style shootout with us if we can keep pace with them, and then maybe get a takeaway or two to stop them. And occasionally, we might have a chance, but it's going to be a hell of a game, I think. So this is a guy called Dante Atkinson on X. It's something to put it in perspective. And this is something, firstly, I saw, I'll go back to this one. I saw it on the NFL game preview, right? They gave 31 points to the Panthers, who have averaged 18 points a game. And in the last 7 games, the Rams D has given up 27 or more points 5 times. So they are vulnerable to defense.
And also as well, sorry, Jason, and also as well, when they played against Atlanta, who probably got my favourite running back in the whole league. I can't remember his name, but he's an absolute awesome player. Something to chat out. Yeah, oh man, I love how that kid runs, man. Absolutely awesome.
And where are we? Anyway, so yeah, they managed 45% pressure rate on Bryce Young. So that's something to, like I said, their defensive front is pretty strong. So we've got to watch out for that. And they also gave up four touchdowns in the red zone. So 4 for 4 in the red zone. So again, they can be got out defensively, but we're gonna have to just try and slow them down offensively. On their offense. So
yeah, I mean, what we need to do.
Game, this is what I was saying from this guy on X, right? Dante Atkinson. He says since Thanksgiving, the Rams have a 4-3 record. They beat up on the Cardinals twice. Obviously, that's a 3-14 team, so well done. They got a win over an injured Lions team. They got beaten by the Seahawks, the Falcons, and the Panthers, and they had to take it to the last minute at the weekend to escape getting upset by Carolina for a second time. So the media seem to think they're a powerhouse, coming off a narrow win against an 8-9 team that were 10.5-point underdogs that almost embarrassed them twice in 7 weeks. So he says, sorry, I don't see powerhouse. I see vulnerable. The Rams haven't actually looked intimidating for the last 2 months. Embrace reality. So, yeah.
I agree. I didn't actually know the win-loss ratio of their recent games, and that's a terrible run. That's a bit like the Packers, isn't it? They've lost so many games out of the last 10 running into on Saturday's game. But anything more, Jason? Sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's all right. Just saying, yeah, they essentially, we know what they're about. Stafford is an absolutely exceptional quarterback. He's got dangerous.
Thing, and I know this is it's like a nothing subject, but I think it does take an effect in the game. Do you think the weather's going to make a difference?
I knew you were
I can remember when I was 13, I had a VHS cassette of the story of the 1985 Bears team. And I always remember a clip in it like it was the Rams kicking. He goes, why don't they put a dome over this place? And it's always stuck to me. And also as well, hasn't Stafford got some sort of injury on one of his fingers from throwing?
He has sprained the index finger on his throwing hand.
And you think about it.
And it's going to be sub-zero.
As well.
It's going to be sub-zero.
Another question as well, sorry, mate. Do you think it's harder to go from playing, say you're like a warm weather team, like Miami, do you think it's harder to go from usually playing in a warm climate to cold, or do you think it's harder to go from cold to warm?
I will answer that. I just want to speak to Steve Rogers first. He's been in the chat all night, so thanks for joining us, Steve. He says he's got to run. He says, great talk, fella's got to run. Bears 42, Rams 33.
I like that score, mate. I like that score.
So thanks for joining us, Steve. See you again. See you again, man. I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I know that it's horrible when you go, because of, I've mentioned it before in Tampa, the away bench is in the blazing sun. They're in the home team are in the shade, and the Buccaneers put their opposition in the sun, which is
I know he's wearing white as well.
Yes, I know exactly. I wish you would, though, wouldn't you? But yeah, I don't know. I've seen the stuff in sort of some other podcasts and stuff saying that Stafford's record in sub-zero is like 1-9. 1 win and 9 defeats or something.
I actually downloaded that stat, mate. So I thought, I wonder if I could beat Jason to his stat bomb, and I completely forgot it.
Oh, well.
And then again, though, he did play in the NFC North for a long time with Detroit, even though two teams play, himself and the Vikings played inside. So, but it must be, because when you're playing the cold, every hit feels harder. Everything feels more brittle. The ball's like a brick, you know what I mean? And you can really feel it. And it'll just be interesting to see how that finger reacts to the call after a while. It might I always think when they tell you it's a sprain, I always think it's probably a little bit worse than that, because obviously they don't want to give it a few, the total picture of the injury.
Yeah.
But yes, what are you most excited about the game? What would you like to see overall in the game?
I just want to see us be just as long as we make a fight of it, man. That's, you know what I mean. Make a game of it. This is exciting now, isn't it? This is like we're in smelling distance from the Super Bowl,
mate. Two more games from in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. So, who thought that for last year? I'm going to go back and watch our sort of our start of the season show when I talked about teams going from worst to first in the division.
Yes,
that's exactly what we've done, man.
A prophet, mate. You're a prophet with that stat.
But I'm just looking forward to playoff football, man. This is as good as it gets, isn't it? And what I love is that the four teams left now, isn't there, in the NFC? It's basically us and the NFC West. So
But I think probably the most scariest team I've seen is probably the Seahawks. Their defense is like legit, man, and they played really well the other time. But the 49ers played really good against the Eagles, and McCaffrey had an absolute day, man, an absolute day. So, but we did compete with the 49ers not so long. So it's just I think the cold is going to make a difference. Could make a little difference. Do you know what I mean? Because then again, Anyway, but that's the Chicago
Look
thing.
at Shorty with some of this shit. Look at Shorty says San Francisco 49ers, historically, they've struggled in sub 40-degree weather, winning approximately 33% of such games. Since 2000, their specific record in these conditions is 3-9. Did you just get that from like Chat GPT or something?
Hey, Shorty, get back to work, mate. Get back to work.
Yeah. So Robert Phillips says, play my house money now, guys, as they say. We've knocked the cheeseheads out, so all positivity in the off season for us, win or lose. And what I want to say is that we are. He's doing it. Shorty's flipping googling the shit out of this. Play Rams under Sean McVay. The Rams have had mixed results, while quarterback Stafford holds a 3-3 career record in freezing conditions, 32 degrees Fahrenheit or below. The team as a whole struggles. Oh, I did. Shorty's confessing. Good man.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah.
That looked straight off the top of his head, man. Not a chance.
What they need to remember is we're not stuck in here with the NFC West. They're stuck in here with us.
Oh mate, it's our house again, sir.
Well, that's what I almost kind of want. That is like if we can win this weekend, and then say the Niners beat the Seahawks, then they're coming. Then the Niners are coming to our house. They're coming to the cold. They're coming to Soldier Field. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. All I care about is this weekend, man. It's another game in the playoffs. It's let's go 1-0 this week, man, and I just cannot wait. It's going to be a
game of football, man. Give me your score prediction. Obviously, we're both going to go for the win, but how do you reckon it could go?
You know this. You know I don't do score predictions. I just pull numbers out of my ass. So all I'm going to say is,
it's like 11-0.
No, it'll be points, man. There'll be points. I think that's going to be. It's going to be like the 49ers game for us, man. Robert Phillips says he got to go as well. Sorry, guys. Great show. Glad you got recommended. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the game, everyone. Bear down. Thanks for Robert again for joining us and all your great stuff in the chat, man. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
And look at Shorty, man. Shorty spamming our chat with all this fucking Chat GPT shit. Arizona Cardinals, as a dome team, the Cardinals have historically faced significant disadvantages traveling to. Well, who cares about the Cardinals, man? They're not in the playoffs.
Well, they did used to play in Chicago many, many moons ago.
I know. Yes.
So, you're thinking I score. Come on, give us a score, bro.
I'm going to say it'll be Bears 37, Rams 33.
Wow. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think I'm just sort of worried about if we get behind, try to keep pace with them. Does that, does that mean he's going to do more, going it on fourth down on your own 30? I just think we need to get pressure on Stafford.
That's going to be tricky, mate, because they in the regular season they gave up the fewest sacks in the entire NFL.
Oh, really?
23.
Shit.
The Bears were 24. They were 23. So
I didn't realise that.
They've got a good O-line. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go Bears 28, 24.
28-24. Okay, I'll take it. Booker says 38-31 Bears.
Nice, Booker. Nice one, mate.
Ron Winarski says 42-17 Bears. I'll take that, man, every day.
Van
Dog is in the house, man. Love seeing you here. Good to see you, man.
How you doing, mate?
W9MXR says 49ers will be the big one. Already looking at the next. Bear down. We'll see, man. That's the spirit. Shorty says 35-28 Bears.
Nice one.
But yeah.
Shorty, are you actually going to interview Eric Kramer with your cheese grater hat on? Let us know. I was thinking about it.
Notorious TBG was in the chat. I saw him earlier. Thanks for joining us, mate. He says he just wants Aussie to make a full recovery. If it takes him until 2027, then so be it. Absolutely,
I
man.
agree.
Yeah, I really pray for that guy that he's going to.
He's a young guy as well, isn't he? Is he like an early 20 guy? He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So W9MXR says 31-24 Bears. Notorious says 35-27. Mo Lester says 28-19 Bears.
Nice picture, man.
I know, Foster.
Fuck you, Foster.
Brilliant. But yeah. So as usual, everyone in the chat's going for a Bears win because I always do because I'm a homer, not a flipping not a.
Mate, it's like, but the thing is, it's playoffs and it's wouldn't, you're out if you don't win, you're out. It's that simple.
Win or go home. That's it. It's exciting, man. It's jeopardy. Yeah. Everything's on the line. Peanut. To answer your question, the game is at 11:30 p.m. for us. 11:30.
I'm going to be watching it, mate. Definitely because it's in the PM. The thing is, it's sort of. I just don't enjoy trying to get up at like 1 in the morning and concentrating through the night. I know, like, it's great watching it live because it's you get in the moment. But the thing is that like the last couple of Bears games that have played late, I've not watched the game till the morning. Managed to like not see anything on my phone.
Phone, yeah.
But I am going to be watching it on Sunday, man.
Yeah. Peanut says,
we're
mad. We just can't help it. I keep talking about sometimes if it's a late one because the night games, Peanut, are they're like a 1:20 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah,
so they are ludicrous. And I have done that before because I'm an idiot. I've watched the Thursday night football game, so got to bed at about bloody 5 a.m. and then gone to work the next day because I'm fucking stupid.
Slow day, mate. That was a slow day.
It's like being in some sort of fever dream, like a zombie.
Yeah. I used to do that often, mate. That was my excuse.
Notorious says
the first day I've done that.
Notorious says, just like every other game, we're underdogs. We're going to make the majority of bettors a little poorer and make the brave few rich.
Do you know what the odds are, Jason?
I can't remember what they are. I think we are 4.5 points underdogs.
Oh, really? So it's like nearly
they had us down by 4.5 points. Yeah. So anyway, I think we're there, mate. I think we're kind of out.
We're done. So we'll wrap the show up.
Yeah.
Jason, it's been awesome to be back, and we've had a fucking really top show. The stat bomb were amazing as usual. Just want to thank everybody in the chat.
Hey, look who's in. He says it's our friend Dave.
Hey, Big Dave.
He says, "Fuck me, you boys still on? Go Bears."
You can't stay away, can you, Dave? But yeah, Big Dave should be back with us next week.
We should see. We should be back to our normal day of Tuesday next week, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we will be. Back 9 o'clock UK, 3 p.m. Central in the States. And it's just been a historic game. It's been great to have a chat with you, Jason.
Yeah.
We'll leave it, man, with a big fat bear down.
Whoa. Let me get on the mouse. Hold on. But yeah, brilliant. I want to say, again, thanks everyone in the chat, man, for joining in, for showing up and chatting with us. You guys are awesome. So check out, Shorty's show tomorrow on BCP at 8 p.m.
Eric Kramer on.
He's got Eric Kramer on to discuss Caleb Williams breaking his record. And what a great weekend, boys and girls. Enjoy the game. Let's go Bears. If you're ready to end it, mate, we'll just finish on a big fat bear down, shall we?
Bear down.
Bear down.
We are Bears. We are Bears. We are Bears. The British Bears